Hi, welcome back to Outdoor Gear and Skills. We have chaotically and successfully made our way to Kingwood, Texas. So we're just a little bit north of Houston. And we actually had these two pods units that we got. This is the biggest one. I think it's 16 feet long exterior, but it's roughly 16 feet long. We ended up getting a second one that was about 8 feet long that was considerably shorter, but it ended up being a pretty stressful move. The reason we decided to go with pods is we knew that we just had a lot of stuff. And as we looked and kind of went through with the moving company, listed out all the stuff we had room by room, I knew there was a lot more stuff that we had, even though we'd gotten rid of a lot of things. And so we just thought if we got a pod like this, my son-in-law and I could go in, we could load it up, we could kind of purge some more stuff as we were going along. We ended up having a family in Roseburg who good friends, great people. Their son's getting married next month. So they took a lot of stuff from us that we were able to just unload a lot of good stuff to help get them started. So that was nice. And then we left December 6th, and we ended up not closing on the house for another week, so that was really stressful. But we went to Utah, and actually along the way we spent a little bit of time in Boise, Idaho with my cousin, and I've only seen her twice in the last 20 years, and it was for her dad's funeral and then her brother's funeral. So it was a nice time to stop and take a quick chat. Then we stayed in Utah for a couple of days. I got to see my new granddaughter, go down and see my parents and my siblings. So that was really cool. And we thought we would be able to do the drive from Utah to Houston in 2 days. And we ended up deciding to go ahead and take 3 days on it because it's just a long drive. We had three vehicles, and we were also pulling a U-Haul trailer because we just have too much crap. So we did that, but we stopped in Moab, and I haven't been mountain biking down in Moab for about 15 years, maybe a little bit longer, but somewhere around 15 years. So I took my bike out and rode the practice loop on Slick Rock, let my grandson get out of the car. We all just kind of took a break. So that was nice. And for the most part, good roads and all that. New Mexico roads, though, they were terrible. We just had not so much a lot of potholes as just roads were up and down. So I'd be pulling the trailer, and it was a 12-foot long U-Haul, and it just starts bobbing, and you can feel it on the hitch. And we had a couple of times the first night up at Crater Lake, the trailer on the ice just started jackknifing on me, and all of a sudden, it was as if someone else turned the wheel hard right and left and got it lined right back up. That gave me a heart attack. And then I had a couple points where the trailer would start swaying a little bit, and I had to, get it back under control. And once, maybe twice, I feel it swaying so much I could feel the back end of the truck being affected by it. So that was really nerve-wracking. And Dallas-Fort Worth, I guess it's Fort Worth traffic, was terrible. But we finally got here, so we were on the road 5 of 7 days, and we got to be here. And then this past week, we flew out to South Carolina to go to Fort Jackson, where my son graduated Army basic training. This is the same place that my daughter did basic training 5.5 years ago. So we'd been there before. It was cool to be back, watch him graduate. And we flew out, and unfortunately, there were not any standby flights. We couldn't get home, so we had to drive home from South Carolina. And we got stuck on a bridge in Mississippi for 3 hours in the middle of the night because there was like a 4, maybe 5 car pileup. And then there was a chemical spill on the freeway in Louisiana, so that was awesome. So we were like 5 hours slower because of traffic, but it was cool to, get out there and see my son and, support him and to be able to do that. So we finally kind of settled, waiting for pods to come pick these up in a few days and get them out of the driveway. but it's been overcast the first couple of days we were here. Now it's a really nice day. It's kind of on the cool side. So we definitely came here at the right time of year, kind of easing into the humidity, because I know that the summer is going to be terrible, but I also know that it should be much better on my back and joints and all that. And so we are excited for that kind of thing, and to just kind of get in and adapt how we do things. We were living out in the country for 8 years, and now we're in a really urban environment, and we are not really in danger of forest fires or that kind of thing, but there are hurricanes and floods that we're going to have to contend with. So totally different as far as our climate, our altitude. I think we are at 172 feet. That's what Garmin's telling me right now. So I went from roughly 5,000 feet elevation in Utah for over 20 years to about 700 feet in Glide, Oregon for 8 years. And so I just keep getting lower and lower. So that's great for my, my cardio and my just high elevation training and all that. I just keep getting worse and worse as years go on. Excuse me. But, it's just something new. But we're really excited to be here. We've met a lot of great people, joined a gym that's a half a mile walk. And so we're excited to kind of be back into that and just experience Texas and Houston area specifically and all that it has to offer, and just kind of see what I need to do, because I know there are some modifications that I need to make and stuff in what I do, some of the gear I carry it, how I carry it, and all of that. And so I'm going to be putting together some videos here pretty soon, and just talk about some of the things I've identified already and kind of move on to there. So I'd love to hear anyone that has any comments about changes, if you've moved to a different place or a different part of the country or something where you had to radically change how you did stuff, or your prepping plans, or just basic how you handled things like changes in weather or things like that, if there's anything radical that you've experienced. As always, thanks for watching Outdoor Gear and Skills, and we'll see you out there.